In this episode of the Lovely Loveland podcast, we're going to be talking about 3 great things that make this town special, wonderful to raise a family in, and an enjoyable place where your best day can always be today. But first, I want to ask you to do a couple of things. 1, push the subscribe button so that I know you're listening, and 2, click the bell. That way, you know another video is ready for you. So I have to start with the location. We're not in the city, but we're pretty close. Denver's an hour south. We're not in the countryside or in the mountains, but there's farmland all around us, and the mountains, the Rocky Mountain National Park is an hour west. The plains are east. You don't have to travel very far, and Wyoming is only 45 minutes north, maybe an hour. One of the most understated things about the city of Loveland is its access to legendary places in the West. You have multiple avenues to go through the Rockies. The most famous one is to go through Estes Park into the Gateway of the Rockies, but you can also go into legendary towns that would otherwise take you to, if you take 70, you land in Utah eventually. But along the way, you've got Avon, Dillon, which is okay, Idaho Springs, Georgetown, Breckenridge is a jaunt through, what is it called? Frisco, I'm going to pretend that Johnny Cash sang about Frisco, Colorado, but it was probably Frisco, Texas. Doesn't matter. We have a Frisco, and if you want to take a picture in front of the sign that says Frisco, hashtag Johnny Cash, hashtag Men in Black, you are welcome to do that, and you can do it here. I got to say, one of my favorite things about traveling west is 9 out of 10 times I see a herd of bighorn sheep, and I also see pronghorns. And if I go up to Estes Park, which is a really cute town, by the way, and that's how you get into the Rocky Mountain National Park from Loveland, if I go up to Estes Park, I always see elk. I can't name a time when I went up there and I didn't see an elk. Now, sometimes that's all I see, or elk and deer. Supposedly there's moose. There's like this really cool mating season where the moose come in and, have some enjoyable moments. And that's something that's right there. People see bears, all kinds of wildlife, turkeys. I've seen plenty of turkeys. It's really cool being so close to all this stuff. Now, if you want to be among the sky rises, you only go an hour south. You're in Denver, and look, they come with one-way streets, pedestrians, trash everywhere. If you want that, you can find the right area. They come with traffic. If you're really interested in getting stressed out, it's not that far away. You're feeling a little bit too relaxed for one reason or another, you can just head down to Denver and have great food and a little bit of stress. It's great because there's plenty of places to eat. There's also some great cocktail bars. I just had some really incredible Ethiopian food off of Colfax. I believe it was at African Cuisine. There's a whole bunch to choose from, and that's the one I chose. But it was really delicious. I think it's a really average place as far as decor goes, but the food was fantastic. I think they made it fresh to order, which is awesome. You can also find, lots of Mexican, different kinds of Mexican too, whether it's Tex-Mex or actually traditional from Mazatlan or Oaxaca. There are places available between Loveland and Denver where you can have any kind of food. So it really is a destination that is for foodies, for people who like to go out, have great cocktails. And they also, the area offers so many wonderful places for families, whether it's the Denver Zoo or the aquarium, which actually is really cool. It's kind of small, but you got to go. Look, the second reason I love Loveland is the parks. I have a 1-year-old. He is about as fun and cute as they get. He really turns the charm up to 11. See for yourself.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of energy. He needs to get out. And I don't know if you know this, but I certainly know it. Now that I have a kid, they need to play in different spaces. They can't just play in the same space. They get bored and they get into trouble. Okay? They climb on things and knock things over just to experiment and find out how the world works. So, that's why recreational spaces are so important, and Loveland has so many of them. My favorite park, it's close to my house, and I really like it. It's called North Shore Park. It's on the north side of Lake Loveland, and just north of it, so you have the park, huge walking path, and there's statues everywhere. So then there, and I'm telling you, it's one of the best places in northern Colorado to just go see some beautiful artwork, have a nice stroll, and let your kids play. There's a lot of grass area. There's obviously a lake, and there's even a smaller pond that feeds into the lake. There's really awesome statues and artwork up and down this area, and we go there all the time, and I feel like I find something new every single time. My second favorite park is going to be Mahaffey Park. I believe it's on the west side of Loveland on 22nd and also on the west side of 29th. It's really big. Between 29th and 22nd, there's a big park. They've got a disc golf, I think 9-hole disc golf course. They've got tennis courts and a skate park. They've got a pond. I believe you can go fishing in it. Do not blame me if you get caught and get a ticket fishing there. But there's no sign saying you can't. There is an incredible play structure for all ages. Really cool equipment. You got to check it out. It's super gorgeous, and you got a view of the Rockies the whole time you're there. The third best park, and there's multiples to choose from, but the third best one for kids of all ages, I believe, is called Loveland Sports Park. Now, what's cool about this is there's a water park that's really great. I mean, the summer isn't super, super hot. It's not like being down in, Death Valley or something, or Texas, but it's hot. And there's all kinds of water features for kids to be able to play in, like showers, and there's a river that people swim in. There's really great play structure. There's a lot of covered space, so you can have birthday parties, get-togethers with families, and you really don't even have to reserve it, although it's probably recommended. But there's so much covered space that you could have a casual get-together and hang out at the sports park. All the other parks have space too, but Loveland Sports Park really shines in that area of providing for people to be able to get together and have a good time. All right, and the third reason I love Loveland is this. And it's also my favorite reason. The beer. Beer is taken very seriously here in Colorado. And nowhere is that more obvious than the Front Range. Loveland has its share of incredible breweries, and like Loveland Ale Works, Verboten, Grimm Brothers, Big Beaver, and my personal favorite, Berthoud Brewing Company. I mean, they make some of the best beer in Colorado, and Loveland's got a huge selection. And it's pretty close to Fort Collins, which has some of the most epic breweries in the state. So it's not that far. So what I'd like to emphasize here is there's a beer culture that's really noteworthy. And one thing that's cool that I found out after moving here is the tap rooms are not just places to try beers, like a beer store where you get to taste it first, but it's really like a neighborhood hangout. I mean, when, like in the old world, you go to a pub, a village pub, and you see the same folks around all the time, that's what it's like here. If you go to the same tasting rooms over and over and over again, you're going to see the same folks. And it's really a pleasant part of the culture here in Loveland that makes you feel like you're at home. You don't have to be here that long to feel like you're at home. Everyone here's nice. They drive a little slow, but they're nice. Probably better than driving too fast, I guess. But, it's a great place. The beer culture brings a lot of people together. And if you don't drink beer, that's fine. Sometimes you can go there and get cider, or if you want non-alcoholic, you can find kombucha, or they've got sodas, and you can still hang out with your beer drinking friends. It's usually a place, all the tap rooms are usually a place that could accommodate anybody, even though they're focused on beer. So those are 3 things that I want to share with you about Loveland and why I like it so much. And I've lived here for exactly 3 years. November 15th, I believe. And I'm telling you, it's a special place. I really want to thank you for watching my video, and I'd love to be your Front Range guy, your Loveland, Fort Collins, Greeley. Leave me a message, leave a comment, like the video, send me any questions or comments that you have. I'd love to be able to contact you. My name's Chris Hoops. You can reach me at 970-825-4647. And I work with Bliss Realty Group. So if you have any needs in that area, just go ahead and hit me up. But if you have any questions, hit me up too. I'd be happy to help you out any way I can, even if it's just telling you where to go get some good Mexican food.